What's going on, everyone? How's your day going? Today, we got some sad news to talk about the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC to the Indigo Disc. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So, starting off, the sad news is the starters, revolving the starters. So, the starter Pokemon aren't going to be released right at the start of the game, pretty much. Essentially, you're going to have to do a couple of the main quests to unlock the starters spawning around the map. So you can't just jump into the DLC and find a starter that you want to shiny hunt immediately to have it your pal during the entire DLC. It's just not going to happen, and that's honestly kind of sad because I was looking forward to just jumping into the DLC and then getting myself a shiny Piplup or something. I was looking forward to that. Or a shiny Mudkip. I like the water starters. They look awesome. And I was looking so much for that so I can train it up and make it part of my team because all of the trainers are going to be level 80 to 100 and most of them are going to be double battles. So you can have your main guy that you beat the entire game with before. You can have your main guy on the side and then you can have your shiny starter, but you got to beat a few of the main quests. So probably at least maybe 1/4 of the DLC, if that. I honestly think it's about that 1/4 of the DLC, and then you'll be able to get yourself your starter. Your starter starts to spawn around the world. So I'm pretty sure that this is what's going to lock you behind not being able to hunt down your favorite Pokemon. But we also got some pretty good and bad news. So people have been looking in the game file of the game. Okay, this isn't a spoiler. I mean, unless you consider it a spoiler, but it shouldn't be a spoiler. People have been looking in there and they can see a whole bunch of legendary Pokemon. So this is leading me to believe something like a Pterodon because in Pokemon Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield and pretty much all previous Pokemon games, there's at least a way that you can get all the previous legendary Pokemon. But this is not technically confirmed, but it seems that it looks that way. So there's legendary Pokemon, Palkia, Dialga, a whole bunch of Pokemon like that. Um, what do we got? Rayquaza, Reshiram, a whole bunch of those. Those technically can be spawned in or whatever, transferred from Pokemon Home. But it seems more likely that it's going to be something like a Pterodon because the first game, what was it? Brilliant or Shining Pearl or something? You were able to get previous generations of legendaries and then they kept going and going up. Pretty much every single generation has a way that you can access the previous legendary Pokemon. So this is, I don't know if you take it as good news or bad news because it's not technically confirmed, but I think it is most likely going to be something like that. It's going to be like the Pterodon. We're going to call it the Pterodon. So, yeah. Also, there's some odd things that you should know because we're less than 3 weeks away. Maybe 3 weeks. No, it comes out Friday. We're about 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away from the release of the DLC. I'm so hyped for you. Are you hyped for this DLC? I bet you are. If you're watching this video, I bet you are. Alright, so a whole bunch of things are going on in Scarlet and Violet, kind of. So there's people that got their hands early on the game or tested it. It's official by Nintendo, and it's kind of cool. They said that there's gonna be little tiny little Pokemon centers around the map, like not a person there. It's just a tiny little box and it's like a machine, and you can heal your Pokemon pretty fast. So that's a cool idea. You can just walk up to it and heal your Pokemon. There's also being able to fly with Koridon or Miraidon. That's pretty cool. It's not infinite though, so that's kind of sad. Honestly, I think it would be a good thing if it was infinite, but they could do what they want, I guess. You can't really stop them from doing that. So it's probably going to be like you're going to be able to fly up to 30 seconds to a minute without going down to the ground and recharging up to take off again. Is going to be like the sixth ability. Sixth ability, yeah. It's going to be the sixth ability, and I think that is probably a really good ability. So I'm excited to be able to just fly around the map with my Koridon and Miraidon, make it very useful instead of fast traveling all over the place. So this brings it like more glorious to being able to do that. So we also know that there's 4 biomes, right? There's the sandy beach one, the winter one, the kind of swampy looking one, and the grassy terrain looking one. Well, those things have different Pokemon spawning into them. It's clear as day you do that. And then there's a whole bunch. I'll be making a video about the Pokemon that are coming into each section, which I think will be a pretty good one. So honestly, I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for this DLC. Inside of each of the different areas, if we would call them, right in the middle, there's a battle area. This is where you're going to be facing off most of the Elite Four members of the Blueberry Academy. And pretty much every time you do that, I bet one of the areas is going to have like an event kind of thing. You have to go collect things from there, go back, face another Elite Four until you get all of the thing open, something like that, because it doesn't make any sense why they would restrict the access to be getting the starters, unless maybe most people just want the starters and like, hey, let's play the game to do that. And also, Terapagos, it's not Taro, whatever, it's Terapagos. Terapagos is only going to be accessed at the end of the DLC. What I'm predicting is after you beat the Elite Four for the final time, you beat them, you're done. There's gonna be a kind of like a little event. You go and get what are the people's name? Well, anyways, those guys from the first DLC, those people are going to be there, and then you're gonna have to make a teleport or something, and you're gonna invite them to go down to Area 0 with you. So I think it's gonna be a pretty cool kind of event idea. And after you get to the bottom of Area 0, there's gonna be kind of like a shaky, shattery rock kind of thing, and it's gonna be like a wild Pokemon is stuck down there. We gotta go and help it. All right, let's go help it. So we go help it, and poof, it's Terapagos. We're at the bottom where the time machine is, and it got sucked in from the time machine, and that's where it is. Terapagos is just there, waiting for you, waiting. And then that's probably going to introduce you to the 19 type, which is the crown of elementals and stuff, kind of thing, a crown of elements. So overall, a really cool experience, probably. Yeah, I bet it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, okay? Trust me, it's going to be a good one. Overall, just a cool experience. All right. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. And if you want, you can like the video. I really appreciate it a lot, and maybe consider subscribing. It's free. No, you can unsubscribe later if you want. I don't know. If my videos aren't interesting to you, you can unsubscribe later. Anyways, so thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.